more cosplayers. Every year we get a bigger room for our panel, and it's multiplying and growing.
We'll get to Hall H.
Yeah, it does show no signs. Yeah, working our way up to Hall H. It's like you keep getting reincarnated until you like reach Nirvana. That's like Hall H. You reach the highest level. But yeah, there does seem to be no end in sight for it, and it just gets more and more popular, more and more stuff that you see in stores, and and the show continues. I think to deepen and be great, and the people who write the shows and make the shows take it really seriously, and I think the product is great, and people will appreciate that it hasn't started to suck.
Yeah, and it's there's such a wide range of people that the show appeals to. You have something when you're at a convention and the whole family steps up to say hello to you, and the baby's dressed as Lumpy Space Princess, mom is dressed as the Ice King, dad is Finn, and then and the boy is like I don't know, Lemon Grab or something like that, and you're like, I can't believe
there's like a little baby Gunter.
Yeah, exactly. It just when a show like this, hits people on so many levels, you really feel the effect of it when people come to say hello to you and respond to the show in live situations at Comic-Con. It's just mind-blowing, and you can never predict it.
Well, it's really special because a lot of shows that you work on are made for a very specific demographic. This is for 6 to 11. This is for, what I mean? Like there's a certain age of people that's going to be watching it, and this is a boy show for 8 to 12s, or whatever. And Adventure Time just blows all that apart, out of the water.
Yeah, 1 to 92. It doesn't people.
It's really classic in that way, like just a classic fantasy that works on a whole bunch of different levels for people, and people identify with different characters on it. Sometimes the most obscure characters, like in a Boba Fett way, are the ones that like people identify the heaviest.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're a little more tabula rasa or something. They're like a blank slate, But so there's more to project onto them. But that always blows my mind when like some character that's in an episode for 3 seconds, you see somebody dressing past it. It's like, wow, somebody did a frame grab and the freeze frame and made a costume.
I had somebody come up to me yesterday. They were dressed as they did a mashup of Flame Princess and Doctor Who, and Finn and Doctor Who. They were like, it was really, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
That's meta.
Yeah,
that's meta happening.
Yeah, totally meta.
So one thing I'm curious about now, with so many episodes and with the fan interaction and the reactions, how has this show changed you personally, like pre the show and now?
Well, I get to come to Comic-Con every year.
I think it's taught me a lesson in patience. Because for the longest time, I was really confused about the show, and I didn't get it, and I was really frustrated with that. And now I get it. So and there's so much more to get to from this point. It's just
He's just be pissed off.
he's just so angry. I love it. Just come on, like D. Bradley Baker would be saying to me, like, just shut up and cry into your bag of money and relax. And I'd be like, oh, okay, all right. And of course, it was shocking how incredibly huge.
Now season 7, I come in and John is levitating above his chair.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yes.
Enter my
The
son.
dialogue, it's like, no.
The thing that frustrated me the most is the way they have the script out. There's no stage direction, so you're really kind of in the dark about what's going on. It's just like the lines, the numbers, and it's like, all right.
Luckily, we had a little storyboard up, though.
Yeah, they put a storyboard up, and
And then,
like,
of
okay,
course,
that's
Ken
what's
is
going
on the
on.
other side of the glass. He's like, okay, well, actually, what's happening right now is we're flying through the air, riding on a demon.
Yeah.
And he throws you off. Oh, okay.
That's why
I'm randomly going, ah.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a pain in their ass because I actually asked that they send me like a paper story. There are things like 500 pages. 500 pages. So like, they have to like messenger the thing to my house. Here, the storyboard truck is here. Beep, beep, beep.
I didn't do it. See
And I read it, because if you're just looking at the lines isolated on a piece of paper where it's just like, it's just the dialogue, like John said, no stage direction, you don't know what you're saying, you know what I mean? So it's like, I gotta sit down and woodshed with this thing, especially if it's a big Ice King episode. Like
for an SAT exam. It's like, really? Seriously? I gotta call Kaplan's?
It's like, if I was in a movie where like you were doing a character that had this Betty, if I was in a movie where you had a character and that kind of stuff to do and those kind of transitions, you better read the script, you know what I mean? Because you're going to be doing some stuff that's not like running around. It's not like a usual cartoon. It's like heavy. You can't just lock in because it's heavier stuff.
So Adventure Time's a little bit unique because for you guys, your characters don't necessarily follow a really linear path for each episode. Storylines don't necessarily always cross. You can be doing anything. How is that as an experience for you guys where they'll take the characters really different directions like that for you guys? Even the way that they draw them and how they look, like pushing styles.
I love my style. I just saw the New Marston episode. She was channeling channeling Danny Zuko or something. But it's cool because it's so obscure, and you can have like these really deep episodes and these really just like lighthearted, fun episodes, and that's kind of how everybody is. Like you were saying, or maybe you were saying it. I don't know, but
if it was smart, I didn't say it.
It's how the real world is. Like people have bad days and they have good days, and
You go through random crazy trials in your life, like losing an arm, getting it back,
regenerating.
I had somebody come up to me yesterday and tell me about how she had a friend of hers that passed away last year. He was sick, I think, heart disease or something sad. But she was like, I gotta tell you though, we watched Adventure Time together all the time, and it would cheer him up and bring him out of the dumps. I want to thank you for that, and it's just, I don't know. There are parallels to life in this show that are for real, and people connect with that all the time, more than I imagined. And then when somebody comes up to me and says something like that, it's just like, wow, that's heavy. That's
It's amazing to think how out there the show is, and then how much it relates to everybody.
Yeah.
That's a great point. It's like, at first look, like, here's somebody that just wanders in and starts watching like a season 7 episode of Adventure Time. You go, what is this? But you got to let yourself enter the world a little bit, and it's a rewarding study, if you care to. Actually, I think it still works as kind of random comedy if you just watch an episode here and there. It's not you have to be totally immersed, but it is a whole world with a lot of moving parts, and the better you understand how they work together. And I love that it's got the tragedy and the comedy together, like stuff that's deep. Hey, whatever you want to say about Star Wars, it ain't freaking funny. You know what I mean? We're debating people sitting around in a Senate room, It's like, oh God, this is boring. But like, Adventure Time, it's got the, there's sadness and there's knockabout comedy, and also like I can't think of other cartoons where you could do episodes where the main characters never appear. Like the world is so rich that like you can show, it's Adventure Time with Finn and Jake, you can do an occasional episode without Finn and Jake in it and people don't freak out.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we're gonna do an episode
what
about
happened to them? No, they're like, oh, this is
I hate when Finn and Jake are
Yeah.
It's like okay, this one's gonna be about cinnamon bun.
Yeah, this is an interesting rest stop
or whatever.
Off the freeway at the Land of Ooh.
Yeah, they know Finn and Jake are gonna be back, and I think it gives the writers you know, fun exercise in concentrating on other characters. But I'm saying any character in this show could pretty much be a lead character because they're all so well thought out.
And the fans are so like emotionally invested, even in these small characters that might only have 2 episodes.
One of these ones that might only be on screen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But that all comes from Pendleton, you know, that's all Pendleton Ward, and then, you know, he was smart enough and probably a little bit lucky enough to find this team of like-minded people who get it, you know what I mean? And they've got him covered, you know, Adam Luna and Ken Osborne over there, you know, they're stewards, you know, they're very serious about being stewards of this universe, you know.